Hello, everyone, and welcome to GBTV Just In Live here on Facebook. So, we've got some new good stuff for you today, and this is some items that are coming from our youth department, as well as our adult fiction, as well as movies. So, today, gonna change it up a little bit here. We've got a new guest with us today, and it is such a pleasure that she was able to be with us today. And that is our Director of Communication and Visual Arts, and that is Liz. Liz, hey, how are you?
Hi, I'm doing great, Dominique.
Good, good.
Thanks.
So great. I'm so glad you're here. I know you have some three new titles we've added to our collection. That is our adult fiction. So, what would you like to share with our viewers today?
Well, yes, I have three, and I chose them. They all feature courageous women in honor of Women's History Month. So this one is historical fiction. It's Sisters of Night and Fog by Erika Roebuck, and it features two courageous women who decide to fight the Nazis in World War II. Takes place in 1940. One is an American socialite who decides to stay in occupied France. The other is a British Secret Service agent. So it's historical fiction, but based on a true story. These two women really did live and tried to fight the Nazis in their own way. So that's pretty interesting.
That one sounds good.
It is, yeah.
That one sounds good. Yeah.
So this one features mother-daughter relation. Sorry, I'm not holding this up right. There you
No, it's
go.
okay. We see it.
This is focuses on mother-daughter relationships. It's One Italian Summer by Rebecca Searle. She wrote a few other books, in New York Times best-selling author. And this is about a mother and daughter, Carol and Katie, who are very close. They're like best friends. They're planning a trip to Italy, to a small village where Carol spent a summer before she met Katie's father. But unfortunately, Carol passes away before they can make the trip. So Katie decides to go by herself. She goes to this small village in Italy and she sees her mother as she was when she was 30 years old. So Katie gets to know a younger version of her mother. So I'm not gonna say anything more. So you'll have to find out by reading it.
Okay.
And my third book is a great book to grab for a rainy weekend. This is J.B. Robb, Abandoned in Death. There we go. And this takes place in the future,
Right there.
about 2058 in New York City. And it's a really fun series. There's 63 books in the series, believe it or not. And it's about Detective Eve Dallas, who always gets her killer, solving murder mysteries with her friends and husband. So it's a really fun read. So just wanted to say these Just-In books are very popular. So it's really easy, though, to reserve a book. All you have to do, it's with a click of a button. So if you want to go in gailborden.info and browse our catalog and find your next read. So happy reading.
Nice, wonderful. Thank you, Liz, for sharing that. Definitely interested in the sisters one with the Nazis. So I'm gonna have to put a reserve on that one for myself. So
It's good.
I'm really interested in that one. So thank you again, Liz, for sharing those great information. Now we're gonna make sure we're gonna also include a link in the comments below where you can go straight to it and put a hold on the book to and select your pickup location, whether it's here at Maine or at our branches or a bookmobile if you have a bookmobile location you want to do a pickup at. So perfect. All right, wonderful. So let's go ahead to our kids space and we have Miss Cindy. Hey, Miss Cindy, how are you?
Very good. Thank you so much
Aw.
for inviting me today. And
Great.
I want to say happy St. Patrick's Day to all our
Oh,
Gail
St.
Borden
Patrick's
patrons.
Day. Yes, yes. So what fun new items do we have added to our collections for Kids Space?
All right, I'll put Froggy down here and I can show you some items now. All right, the first item I want to show you is called No Bunnies Here. It's a hilarious book by Tammy Sawyer and illustrated by Ross Barak. This author and this illustrator have done lots of books, but this is his latest book. And it, like I say, it is hilarious. I have to show you, and I hope you can see. So there's a sign here that says, "Welcome to Bunnyville, land of 100 bunnies." Well, they want to change their sign because who comes to visit? All right, and so the bunny in the story is trying to convince the wolf that there are no bunnies here. And he dresses up the bunnies to look like unicorns and all kinds of other things that are so silly. But you can see the bunny here. He's dressed. Do you think that he still looks like a bunny? No bunnies here. I'm not sure if the bunny has convinced Mr. Wolf, but I think you're going to find a great surprise in this story. And I don't want to spoil it, but it's so funny, and there's so much to look at in the illustrations. You'll just love this story. Another book that I wanted to share are two easy, what we call easy readers. So the first one I want to show you is called Ty's Travels. Now you can see on here, it is called My First Reading Book. So we do have leveled readers. So this is number 1 in the series. And in this series, Ty he turns his sandbox in this one into a beach day. And he finds all kinds of fun things and he uses his imagination. And this story is very easy to read. And this would be one of the first ones that you would share with your child. And it has more controlled vocabulary, simple sentences for eager new readers. And then after you master the first level, you can go on to another level. You could go up. Well, we have level 2, but I'm going to show you a level 3 book. And this one is called, and it's an I Can Read book, and it's called Vivi Loves Science. And it's by Kimberly Derting. Now, this is so, Vivi loves science. She wants to know how. She wants to know why. She wants to know when. And she wants to know what if. She goes to the aquarium with her school and she is very, very curious and she wants to find out all these questions. And so what's really cool about this book is it's a great story. And then at the end of the book, you could do science experiments. And this one is on sinking and floating. So I hope you will come to the youth center and look for readers and some of our new books. And we are always looking forward to seeing you and helping you find new books.
Wonderful, Cindy. And then can you remind our, just a friendly reminder, how could we put a hold on it? Maybe I want to learn how to do a science, experiment. So how can I put a hold on it?
So if you want to put a hold on this book, yes, you can go to our catalog and like with a simple click, you can look up Ty's Travels and see if it's in. If it says it's unavailable, you can put a hold on it. Sometimes you have to wait a little bit, but you can always get in line for that next great book.
Perfect. Wonderful.
And of course, you can call us on the phone, right? Or you can come to the library and visit us at our early learning desk or at our youth service desk.
That's so true, very much. And then you can pick your location. Once again, any of our materials here, you can pick a location that is convenient for you. And we are just in wonderful convenience locations between South Elgin and our Rayco branch. And then our bookmobile can also assist you with that. So wonderful. Thank you so much, Ms. Cindy. We appreciate all those new information. All right, so let's go over to movies. And we have also with us today our guest, Tracy. She's our Information Services Library Associate. And you've got the movies, right, Tracy?
I sure do. I
Wonderful.
have 3 good ones for
All
you
right.
today. So
let's hear.
Strap in. So as we know, today is St. Patrick's Day. And so we're going to start off with this just in movie title called Belfast. And Belfast follows the childhood of a young Irish boy and his working class family in 1969 Northern Ireland during what is the boil up to what would later be called the Troubles, which is the 30-year Civil War, probably known more widely as the Northern Ireland conflict. It's semi-autobiographical and based on director Kenneth Branagh's childhood growing up in Ireland. And the cast also includes the amazing Judi Dench. It's shot in black and white, and it's kind of a handheld camera documentary style. One review called it a light and cuter version of 2018's Roma. And that sounds about right. It does feature a really great soundtrack loaded with Van Morrison tunes, which is a definite thumbs up from me. So check out Belfast.
That sounds cool.
Next up we have, and Liz, you were talking earlier about a nice rainy weekend. This is a good rainy evening watch. This is Nightmare Alley. This is Guillermo del Toro's new adaptation of a 1947 film by the same name and based on the novel by William Lindsay Gresham, which, side note, you can also find at the library. We have everything. If you like Del Toro's work in the past, you're probably going to like Nightmare Alley as well. He brought us Pan's Labyrinth. He brought us The Shape of Water, among other things. And like those, Nightmare Alley is set in a very dark and gritty color and tone theme of Depression era, post-Depression era. This one is set in 1940s New York. It's down on his luck, Stanton Carlyle, who endears himself to a clairvoyant and her mentalist husband at a traveling carnival. Using his new knowledge, he crafts a golden ticket to success by swindling the elite and wealthy. Hoping for a big score, he hatches a scheme to con a dangerous tycoon with help from a mysterious psychologist who might just be his most formidable opponent. So basically, the story follows a very unsettling arc of a man who loses his moral compass as he works to escape poverty and to try to outrun the demons of his past, who, in standard Del Toro fashion, catch up with him with disturbing vengeance. It is an R-rated movie, so not a good choice for the young viewers. It's thematically and visually quite dark. Not so much with the jump scares, but definitely an unsettling plot progression. So maybe choose this one on that dark and stormy evening. And then lastly, and switching gears completely, we have West Side Story. I know everybody was really excited for this one. Music by Leonard Bernstein. Lyrics by Stephen Sondheim. It is the reimagined tale of Shakespeare's Romeo and Juliet, two star-crossed lovers whose rival families, or gangs in this case, precipitate the couple's tragic end. West Side Story actually opened on Broadway in 1957 and was made into a film in 1961. Starred, of course, Natalie Wood and Richard Beymer. The film was nominated for 11 Academy Awards and actually won 10 of those 11 awards, including
Wow.
Best Picture. So fast forward to 2021, and who would attempt to remake a classic of this caliber? Well, none other than Steven Spielberg. An interesting choice and a true challenge, and I would say that Spielberg rises to the occasion. You're going to see Rita Moreno again, who played the original character of Anita in the 1961 film version. This time, she's reimagined as Doc, the drugstore owner. And with this alteration, her character serves to kind of complicate the story a little bit further, bringing this remake kind of squarely into the present without messing with the formula too much. Spielberg does stay very, very true to the original and just injects it with some freshness, some color, some energy, and a little subtle contemporary update and Spielberg style cinematography. And I just want to say that last month when we were talking about Disney's Encanto, I mentioned that it effectively lured my reluctant room-dwelling teenagers into the living room to watch with me. And I would say that West Side Story accomplished the same feat and sparked some very interesting conversation about connections between the movie characters, Romeo and Juliet, and age-old themes of youth and young love, rivalry, tragedy, those big concepts. I've always been a movie lover, and riffing on the movie theme, I have to say that the library's collection has played a supporting role in my family since my kids were little. Once a week, we had pizza and a movie night, and it always gave us a vehicle to talk about what we thought about what we saw. So thank you, Steven Spielberg, for taking on this project of remaking West Side Story. And thank you, Gail Borden, for always adding to the library's collection and for giving me tools to connect with my kids over the years this way. And just a quick mention too, that all of these just in titles are also available, maybe not these particular titles, but tons of new titles also available every month on our streaming, our entertainment apps, Hoopla, Canopy, Medici TV. It couldn't be more convenient or more fun to find something to watch through the library.
I agree with everything you just said to connections with family and what we have here at Gail Borden. I was a little reluctant about watching the new one because I love the original West Side Story. I'm still stuck in the 60 version. But when you said Rita Moreno, I'm in. I love her and everything she does and everything she touches. So now I'm going to give it a try now that I know she's in it.
Fantastic.
And that Steven Spielberg have done it. So I didn't know that.
Yeah, worth it.
It sounds like it. Perfect. Well, thank you, Tracy, once again for coming through. All of my guests, I appreciate you. I appreciate your time and sharing all of these wonderful information. We appreciate our viewers out there for taking the time to watch this. And once again, we're going to comment below and share a link with all of these collections that we have mentioned to all of you. So be sure to check it out and put your reservation, your holds, and pick them up and enjoy. All right, so that completes our episode for today. Once again, I want to thank everyone, our guests and our viewers. And I just want to tell everyone to have a wonderful day and take good care. Thank you.